The year 2017 is about large displays but not so large phone bodies, and that has been possible due to the wider displays offered by the companies. While we have seen some in the top end lineup from the brands like LG and Samsung, LG still had a mid-range market phone as well. Now Micromax has brought one into the contention, and that is the Canvas Infinity. Coming with the 18:9 aspect ratio, the phone doesn't have a complete bezel solution, but what is offered here is still good enough for that price range. The most interesting part is that for this size of a phone, you get a big 5.7-inch display on the front, which carries a resolution of 1440 x 720 pixels. The Canvas Infinity seems like a perfect competitor to the LG Q6, since it has some similar specs and also a competitive pricing together. Coming with a 5.7-inch 18:9 display, the phone is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 processor, 3GB of RAM and 32GB internal storage. Micromax has also made sure that there's a 13MP rear camera with the f2.0 aperture, and on the front, a 16MP camera with the same aperture size is offered. Under the hood is a 2900 mAh battery, which is removable, and that is a rarity in these days. And also, there are two SIM card slots and a microSD card slot, which can be placed after you open the back panel. So this is the box packaging, again a very neat one, which is not very common with Micromax devices, and this looks quite good on the exterior. Once you open the box package, the first thing that you notice here is this phone, which seems very light initially. That is because the battery isn't inside. The entire back panel can be removed, and that would take out even the side frame together with it. And once you take out the other things from the package, you can see that there will be a SIM ejector pin, and next is this 2900 mAh battery, which has to be put into the phone to start it. The other accessories include this rubberized case, the back cover, and there's also a screen protector given in the package itself. And then there's this travel adapter and a micro USB cable for either charging the phone or connecting it to the computer for the file transfers. And there's also a pair of headphones that is offered by the company in the box itself. So these were the accessories and the inclusions in the box, whatever is offered in the phone. And now talking about the build quality, the phone looks quite good and it still feels pretty much a very good device in the hand. And that is even though it has a very large display. Here on the back of the phone, you can see that there's a speaker towards the bottom, and towards the top is this 13MP camera with the LED flash support and also a fingerprint sensor. On the front is a 16MP camera with the flash support, and on the top is a 3.5mm headset jack. And on the right are the buttons, the power button and the volume rocker buttons. Towards the bottom is the micro USB port and the microphone. Once you pull out the back cover, you can see that there are three slots offered here, and one of them is for the first SIM card, second is for the second SIM card, and one below the SIM card slot is for the microSD card slot, which is a dedicated storage slot. And this is the area to place the battery. Once we place the battery, we'll start up the phone, and the first thing that we notice here is this large display with the new aspect ratio. Once the setup is done, I would say that this interface does look a bit similar to iOS because of those icons which pretty much match the ones that are present on the iOS, and these are the pre-installed applications that you see on the phone. There are Google Play apps, there's File Manager, Play Store, and then Amazon Shopping app, which indicates that this is an Amazon exclusive phone. And this Asphalt Nitro pre-installed. There's an app, Narendra Modi app, also given here. Personalized FM radio is pre-installed, and there's also a sound recorder that is offered on the device. Overall, the build quality still looks quite good. It feels good in the hand as well because of the metal back, and as said earlier as well, the display is the main feature of this device. It does look quite good, although the resolution might not be the best one because it is a 720p display in a way, and that is 18:9 resolution here, but still having a wide display gives it a very smaller size for the phone when compared to the other phones in this category having even a 5.5-inch display size. One issue with this display size could be the content availability here, because usually the content and the apps you see are in a 16:9 aspect ratio, and the games that we played on the Canvas Infinity so far, they are stretched out to bring it an 18:9 resolution. Otherwise, in phones like LG G6 or Q6, we saw that the display had been set to 16:9, and whenever you try to force it to a larger aspect ratio, that would happen, but the stretching occurs. Here by default, I see that the games are being played on the 18:9 resolution itself. The fingerprint sensor is located on the back of the phone, and for the initial impressions, the recognition was quite quick, and also the registration of the fingerprint was pretty fast and good enough. Now talking about the OS itself, the phone runs Android 7.1.2, the latest Android version that is available right now before the Android O comes in, and it also has the July 1st Android security patch level. That is a good thing that is seen on the Micromax phone because it has the latest OS and the latest security patch that is present in the device. And talking about what is offered in the OS or the settings here, there are smart action gestures, smart gestures, there's wake up screen by double tap, lock screen by double tap, flip to mute, get the call when you take the phone near to your ear, disable the hands-free mode, direct call, and flip to snooze. And these are the gesture modes that are available when you can draw a letter on the turned off screen, and that would open an app for you. There's one-handed mode also available if you feel that the 5.7 inch screen is not easy to reach with your same hand. There's an auxiliary mode where you can change the settings for the navigation bar and such settings. There's also performance and optimization settings present on the device. So it's quite different from the earlier Micromax phones where the UI was quite different. This is a refreshing UI and it does have a good experience offered. Next, talking about the camera of the phone, there's a 13 megapixel rear camera with the flashlight support, and this is the camera UI. It again looks similar to the one on the iOS where you have photo, beauty, panorama, time lapse and video shots that are present with a swipe from the top to bottom. HDR mode is also present. There are filters that you can select, and when you go into the modes, there is super pixel mode, scene frame, night mode and QR code. So you can scan the QR codes for you. There's also time lapse with X5 to X300, that is the speed that you can capture it with. There's panorama and also portrait shots. So these are the different modes that are present on the camera app for the rear camera. We have taken a couple of shots for you to see how good the camera is, and still this is an early view of it. On the front is what is important. It's a 16 megapixel camera present here. There's a self timer, front mirror, smile shot, camera roll, touch shot, shutter sound setting and the picture size. Picture size is 16 megapixel as said earlier, and for the rear camera it's 13 megapixel. That will give you a 4:3 resolution picture, and an 8 megapixel capture would give you a 16:9 resolution capture. So you can check these camera samples to see how the camera is on the initial impressions. Although this is not a camera review, so we won't be letting you know how good the camera is. That would come up later on anyway. So this was all about the Micromax Canvas Infinity, the phone that is coming with an 18:9 screen with the 5.7 inch screen size, some decent specifications and a 2900 mAh battery as well. And this was all about the smartphone. If you have any other question, you can ask us in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer that. I hope you like this video, and I hope you share it with others and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thank you for watching.